we're moving on to the female portion of the show, and we are ready for Flo Milli. Hi.
What's up?
Girl, you're looking beautiful.
I just got my hair did. Can't tell me nothing, period.
Yes, I like that you got done up for me today. Like, thank you. It's like, I feel like we never have a reason anymore to like get dressed, and like, I do it once a week, every Monday for the show. That's it. That's it.
That's how it is, like, especially with quarantine and everything, like, it's really no point, but I mean, I guess you can get dressed and go to Instagram, so.
It's true. It's true. It's very true. Or I just throw on a really good filter. It just depends on how I'm feeling for the day. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for having me. Like SoundCloud is like definitely one of the OGs, so I had to do this for y'all. So
thank you. I mean, yeah, you've been rocking on SoundCloud for a while. How did you get started with everything?
So like, okay, I made my first song when I was like 16, and like I had a boyfriend at the time, and I was like just trying to get my music out. So he knew how to like upload stuff, and like I didn't really know much about how to get my music like on Apple Music and all that. So he was just like, well, you could just upload it on SoundCloud. And that's how I started. So it was in high school, just me messing around in the studio, and that's how I started uploading my songs on SoundCloud.
How did you decide that you wanted this? How did you decide you wanted to be a rapper? Like,
I guess like ever since I was younger, like I already was like very like woke in a way. So like I already knew like my purpose, and I knew like I definitely didn't want to like be a doctor, like the regular schmegler stuff. I wanted to like be a star. So like ever since I was like 9 years old, I just been writing music, and it just went up from there. Like I just wanted to be a rapper. So yeah.
I absolutely love that. I love when there's females, in this business. I think like, a lot of females, you kind of get pushed to the side, or you end up becoming the girl on the track or whatever. I just love that you're doing it. And so, whenever there's a female trying to come up, I'm like, yes, like we got to, and you've been doing your thing. You've been working really hard, and that's such a big piece of it too.
Thank you. That means a lot, for real, because a lot of, like you said, like a lot of females come up and they get unnoticed, or they don't get taken seriously. So like I think it's dope that we are starting to get a little recognition and stuff. So
yeah, I think the industry's starting to shift too. I think even in like the rap space, I know if you ask people, like, oh yeah, we love female rappers, but when it comes to it, that is not always the case. It's not who they're choosing to collaborate with or put in the studio or any of that, So I love what you're doing, and I think you were like holding it down. So I just wanted to give you those props in that moment, because I see your hustle, girl. I mean, it's important. And speaking of that, like, let's kind of talk about that, and how you've been putting out music for a while. Let's talk about your most recent one, Week.
Oh yes, girl. The tea on that, like, I feel like that was a perfect record to put out like right now, because I feel like it's been a shift with like relationships and stuff. So like it's definitely like a song all the ladies can relate to, and not just everyone, because everybody's not single, but like for the girls that are going through that, I think it's like the perfect time and the perfect record for them to like get their emotions out and stuff. So yeah, like I'm proud of that record.
No, I loved that song. And then of course it has like that SWV, which for me, like I grew up on, on En Vogue and SWV and the whole thing. So for like, that was my first thing.
Yeah.
Did you grow up on those like girl groups, or?
Yes, like literally I was in a girl group when I was younger. So like with SWV, like my mom, she's so soulful. Like, so I kind of grew up listening to that, like all the girl groups and boy groups too. Like she just listened to a lot of like soulful music. So I kind of was already hipped on it. But yeah, like it's so crazy because when we were in the studio, Jay White, he was on the phone with one of the SWV members, and like literally out of nowhere I just started singing the song Week, and like that's how we came up with the beat and everything. Like it was on the spot, so like we got it cleared like immediately, and it was just a dope vibe, like how that song came.
That, you know what, that is when it's just like meant to fucking be,
right?
Like, you know what I mean? Like Yo, that is one of those things where you're like, I don't know how that happened, but it just did.
Yeah.
Like, that is like God intervention, all of the things. So that's incredible. So let's also talk about, I know you got a mixtape coming, so I want to make sure we talk about that. And I'm just going to read from my notes because I don't remember, but it said, oh, I love this name. This is what I remember. I love the title of it. I'm going to let you say it.
Yeah. Oh, why is you here?
I read it in my head. Yes. So let's talk about it. When is it dropping?
So my mixtape is dropping July 24th. So yeah, like I'm gonna drop, the photo art of it today. So that's gonna be exciting. But yes, it's dropping literally soon. So
this week. I mean, like literally this week. Like it is dropping. That is awesome. You guys, and make sure you follow her on SoundCloud because as soon as that drops, you'll get an alert so as soon as that comes out. So make sure you follow Flo Milli on SoundCloud, on her socials, all of the other things. But I just wanted to give that little plug in there for a second. And while we're talking, and if anyone has questions for Flo Milli, make sure you drop them in the comment section now. Make sure they are slightly, I will say slightly appropriate because that we are not having that kind of show here, everyone.
It's gonna be some trolls though. They gonna be
yo, I can't even with the trolls. That is just one of those things that I didn't realize until I started doing a show like this, that they are fucking everywhere.
Yeah, I learned with like the troll thing though, like it used to get to me, but like when you realize like people just comment shit just to like get likes, like you just don't anymore. Like it's not, sometimes they don't even mean the shit they say, they just trying to like get attention.
I cannot lose sleep over it, but it is just crazy to me because it's like so not like something I would do. I'm like, you have that much time that you're gonna like really like I just don't have that kind of like time in my life, but people,
like you doing your shit. So it's like, we gonna leave that to the people who not really doing shit with their life. So
yes, I feel you. I love that energy. That is exactly how I feel. I'm curious, like from other female rappers, like perspective, like I won't even talk about females. Let me just put it in general. Like who inspires you? Like
I have like literally like I'm inspired by so many people, and I'm not just saying that just to like be nice. Like I literally can get like in my groove with a lot of different music, but I will say like I've been listening to Young Thug for years, like ever since I was in middle school. So he like just him as an artist, like I admire how unique he is. I aspire, I am unique, but like before I was starting to like really follow my dreams, I used to aspire to be that unique. Cause like when you listen to his music, it's so different. Like his own voice is like his own instrument. And that's kind of like how I feel like everybody should be, especially in the music industry. Like you gotta have something about you that sets you apart. So I feel like, I admire that about him, that he's so different.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. We did have a question come in, so I want to make sure we get to those from Tayshawn 18. It's a girl. What is your favorite song of yours?
My favorite song of mine would have to be, okay, I'm gonna name one that's already out. It would have to be In the Party, cause like that song, like it just don't get old to me. Like I could be driving in my car and I could just start getting like I'd be like turned as fuck to that song. But yeah, I think it's the flow that I have on that one is just like unmatched. So I feel like that one is my favorite. So yeah.
No, that's awesome. I did want to talk about your song Beef, that kind of like your first song that you put out. I wouldn't say your first song you put out, but like the song that really kind of got the attention. What was that like? What do you think kind of like made that go?
I honestly, like, I still think about it to this day, like, how the fuck did that happen? Cause like literally like, but I made that song. People don't know, like that song was old when it blew up. So I was kind of shocked because like I didn't think out of all my songs that one would blow up because that was the one that was just so like it didn't really have like a umph to it to me.
Yeah.
I guess the lyrics is what really like attracted a lot of my fans. So, but I remember making that song like the day that I walked out the studio. I was like so like the way I was thinking of it, I was like, I don't know how my fans are gonna feel about this, but it'll be funny if it blows up. Like, that's literally what I said in my head. And like, I just let it go. I just let the thought go. And like 6 months later, like TikTok started to like pop off and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, like somebody on TikTok just started to like do it, and like it was like a trend. So that's really how it blew up in my eyes. But it was a real dope experience for real. Like,
I mean, it's got to be cool.
yeah, it is.
Because that went, you know what I mean? Like, because once it goes, it like went. So that's why I was really curious to kind of hear it from your perspective, because I know what I saw and like what I read in the whole thing, but I was like, when you're the person that like made that, you know what I mean? And then, I mean, it was crazy.
It was crazy, yeah. Like, it was definitely like an eye opener. Like, I started to see, like, you know, you just never know. Like, God will shock you. Like, he's gonna, when he blesses you, he's gonna like make sure you're not expecting it. So that's probably why, you know, I was like, damn, like, why they chose that song? But, you know, everything happened for a reason. So
no, but you know what? I think it's also a prime example of like hard work meets preparation. You know, it's like if you didn't have anything to follow Beef, like, which was a great moment, right? But if you had nothing to follow and didn't, it would have just been that moment.
yeah, for
You
sure.
wouldn't be sitting here talking about your mixtape coming, and you know what I mean? So it's like a mixture of like, yeah, great song that just kind of took off, and then
Yeah.
you had it to back it up, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
it makes a huge difference. And with that, there was a question from, and I know I'm butchering names, you guys. I just don't know how to say these like screen names, but it's like Lee BK16. She said, Flo, any advice to young artists, females in particular, who are trying to come up?
Mm-hmm. Oh, number one, never ever give up. That's number one. Like, you're gonna come in contact with a lot of naysayers, you know, and you just gotta have determination to keep going. Like, don't ever discourage yourself. And even if it does seem like, you know, you're not making no progress, keep doing it anyway. Like, cause like I remember all the obstacles I went through, like before, you know, I got my record deal and all that. Like a lot of people told me, you know, like, you need to come up with a plan B. You need to do this, you need to do that. But I was so tunnel vision on what I wanted, like I stuck to it. So I would give any young female the advice of, oh, also, leave these niggas alone. Like, don't let no man come in between you and your goal. Like, stick to your goal. Like, if you had a goal when you were younger and you get older, and like, don't let nobody come in between that. Don't let your parents, don't let anybody, like, even if you don't have support, still do it anyway. Like, just stay determined. That's what I would say.
I love that. I think that that's such a big piece, you know, of it. Because I mean, you'll get a lot of people that, you know, everyone's got an opinion. So, you know, if you stick to you and do you, you'll never be disappointed or live, you know, have a regret.
Right.
You're young, try it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like we only getting older by the second. Like, even 2 seconds ago, that's the youngest I would be. So it's like, just do it. Like, while you're, you know, young. Like, be vibrant, be bold, like, be unique. So like, that's what I would say. Just do it. Like,
yeah. I completely agree with you. I completely agree. I'm kind of curious. I mean, I know we've talked a little bit about, you know, musical influence, but I'm just wondering, outside of music, like, who influences you?
Outside of music, can I be honest? It's really myself. Like, I'm not, and I don't know cocky shit. Like I literally taught myself a lot of stuff that I know, you know, at a young age, like when it comes to like how to move in life, when it comes to how to deal with people. Like, I never really talked to my parents about things. They never, and that's not to discredit them. It's just like, I kind of found my way. So like, I would say, like, you know, I kind of influence myself a lot, but I will have to put in there, like, my mom is a hard worker, and I do admire her for, you know, doing all the things she did as a single mom. So that was very inspiring to see, like, a young mom do stuff for her kids and stuff. So
yeah, you're headstrong. That's what you have to be. You have to be strong and strong in your conviction that you're going to make it. You know, yeah. It's a fine line of like, because there also are some people that you're like, but you're not gonna, you know. Right? So there is, you know, it's like there is that fine line, but like, give yourself a chance, you know what I mean? Or give yourself a deadline or amount of time or something. And then, you know, you do a check-in with yourself and see where you're at, you know? Right. So
it's important to be that way too, like, you know, to believe in yourself. Cause like, at all times, you know, like, I don't think I don't think I've always believed in myself. Like it took me, you know, finding myself to really believe in myself. So I think that's the number one step, especially like when you want to follow something, whether it be music or anything, you just have to believe in yourself first, because how you feel about yourself is how other people will feel about you. So if you feel confident and you feel like you got it, then everybody else will feel that way about you. So I think that's important too. Like,
No, I absolutely love that. I mean, is there any, I know the mixtape is dropping this week. Is there any collaborations we should be looking out for on this mixtape, or anything you want to say about it?
I definitely will say that it's gonna be something that my fans, like my day one fans, will really like enjoy. And no, it's no features on there. Like it's all me. Like I wanted to, you know, step into the game myself and give people a taste of me. And then like once, you know, I got my recognition, then I'll go, you know, do some features. So
Yes. I am here for that. And you know what? I love that, because that is so true. You don't want to ride on like, not that it matters, but it's so nice for you to present yourself. And then those will come. You know what I mean? Those will come with time and, know, on the next thing. One last question that I kind of have for you of, I love advice. I know you give advice for women, but I'm just asking, looking for a lot of people that are watching, a lot of people on SoundCloud, they want to be in your shoes. Right. Kind of like where you were 3-4 years ago, right? It's like, what piece of advice, I mean, I know you gave it for females, but just for creators in general, that you would give, what would you say?
Piece of advice for creators. That's a good question. Let me think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I could say how I move, like, I'm very spiritual. I would say put God first. Like definitely like believe in something, stand for something. Don't just, I would say be cautious in the way you move, as you could tell, like it is a lot of stuff going on. Like this year was crazy, but like in general, like stuff is going to happen. So I would say, protect your energy. That's so important, because like, if you want to be on like a level like of a person that you are inspired by, you got to think they had to come in contact with some things. They had to like face fear in the face. So it's like, if you want to be on that level, you got to overcome those same obstacles that those people overcame. So I would say like, just, protect your energy and work on yourself. Don't put all your energy into like other people, because you can be talented all you want, but if you don't work hard and do the right things to get to where you need to be, your talent is just going to go to waste. So I would say protect your energy and like put that into yourself for the most part, and like just
that is so great. I say that I have been saying this a lot recently, and especially in this industry. I'm sure it's everywhere, but there are a lot of energy vampire suckers in this industry, and they will attach and suck the life out of you if you let them.
You let them, yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of people out here that have a hustle, but will attach themselves to someone else to get that. So, right. Especially it happens to females, I think, a lot. Like, I mean, I think it's just who we are a little bit more too, and all that kind of thing. But yeah, I love that piece of advice. With that, it's like we're done. Like that's it. Like we are here. I play a game at the end of every show. So it's a quick 1-minute game. We'll put 1 minute on the clock. We'll ask you a bunch of questions. It's called rapid fire. Just a little bit of like get to know you kind of thing. If there's a question that I ask that you don't know, you can just say skip, or it's like, okay, it ain't that deep, girl. Okay, 1 minute on the clock. Time for rapid fire. My first question is, what is your dream collaboration?
Ooh, I have a lot of them. I'm just gonna name them all. The Baby, I like Doo-Wop Kane, Roddy Ricch, Cardi B, and yeah, that's it for now.
Put that shit in the universe. Let them hear ya.
Oh, I want to do one. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. What is your favorite show to watch on TV right now?
My favorite show to watch, let me see, because I don't even watch TV. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, fine.
But
that's a fun fact about you. You can move on to something else.
Yeah, if it was this show, like I used to love watching Bad Girls Club. So if that was still on, I would be watching that. Like,
I was watching some old interviews of you talking about Bad Girls Club. That's for another time and another interview, but we could get into that.
Yeah, We got to get into that, girl.
Is there like, do you have a favorite like go-to movie that you like love to watch that like gets you?
Oh, I have so many. I would say White Chicks is my favorite movie. Like I love that movie. Like that is just that one and Baby Boy. Like that's a very like throwback. So like those are the movies I kind of grew up on. So yeah, those are my
I love it. Shout out Tyrese. What do you, if you had a choice between going out at night or staying in, who are you?
I would definitely go out, but not right now since Corona going on. But like if that wasn't going on, I would go out.
Awesome. What is the last song or album you listened to?
I think, what was it called? I forgot what it was called, but I listen to that album like every day. Like I love almost every song on his album. So
yeah. That's awesome. That's a great album too, by the way. Shout out to Gunna. And this is my last question. Is there a song or anything that you go to in the shower? Like when you're,
Yes. It's Doo-Wop Kane, Proper Etiquette. That's my favorite song.
I love it. It was so nice getting to meet you and getting to know you. And I cannot wait for your mixtape to drop this week. So everyone, make sure you check out Flo Milli. She is on SoundCloud. Check her out on Instagram. Her Instagram handle is here. And her mixtape is dropping this week. Oh, why is you here?
We're going to find out.
Thank you. It was so nice to meet you. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to hear the mixtape this Friday.
All right. Thank you. It was nice meeting you too. Thank you for having me. Bye, y'all.
See you later. Thank you so much to Flo Milli for joining us. What an amazing conversation. And I cannot wait to hear the mixtape that is dropping this week.